Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you? Happy Monday. Let's fix this a little bit. How are you guys doing? Happy Monday. We are here. We're going to do this week. We are going to rule this week, my friends. So if you're watching this part of the video, you are watching the replay. So I would love it if you would say hashtag replay. And I would thank you so much for watching me. I really appreciate when you all come and watch and hang out with me for a little bit. Of course, I left my coffee in the other room. But this week, series number 2, we're going to talk about common eyeshadow mistakes that a lot of people make, myself included. And one of the first ones that I want to talk to you about is number 1 is not applying an eye primer. So an eye primer, I have this right here. The Moodstruck eye primer is something that you apply about 5 minutes before you apply your eyeshadow. And it's a little bit tacky, which is going to help your eyeshadows really stick where they need to stay. And now, if you don't like the tackiness, you can put a little bit of powder over the top of it. That's also going to help the eyeshadows. Good morning, everyone. Say hi when you're hopping on. Make sure to like and love and share and comment on this video to get entered into May's giveaway. As I was saying, this is great to really make those eyeshadows pop. They help the eyeshadows stay in place all day long. The other benefit of this is if you have discoloration on your eyes like I do, this really kind of covers it. It's like a color corrector. So this is great. A lot of people use concealer as their eye primer, which is fine. It's just not made for that. You know what I'm saying? And so when it's not made for that, then it doesn't work as well as a regular eye primer would. Okay. All right. Mistake number 2 that we're going to talk about are the brushes that you use. We're going to talk about these. Oop, I pulled out the wrong one. Well, we're going to talk about these. We're going to talk about these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brushes right here. 4 of these I would recommend having in your eyeshadow repertoire. This is an extra one. I would either switch these 2 out with each other. So we're going to talk about those things today, but we're going to do kind of funny. My friend Katie did a smoky eye, a brown smoky eye. We're actually going to do this one. We're going to use this to smoke our eye out. And then we're also going to use 2 of the new Moodstruck eyeshadow sticks. They're like crayons, friends. And we might add a third one depending on how it looks, because I haven't done this look before. So hashtag shared if you do share this video out. So let's get going. So eyeshadow brushes, what do you use them for? How do you use them? That kind of thing. So this kind of brush right here is for really precise work. See how thin it is, and it's pretty stiff. And for really precise work, you're going to hold it right here. And that is where you hold it is the same for all of these brushes, but you're going to hold it right here. You're really going to get in there. This brush here is a little bit stiff, but it's also fluffy, and that's for your outer corner here, and that's going to stick it where you want, but it's also going to be a little bit blendable. Let me know if you have brushes like this. Just say brushes in the comments if you have something like these 2 brushes. Now this one is a blending brush, and it does exactly what it says. It blends. Now I like to use this one after, and I will hold it way back here super light, so it just does a little bit of the work. And then the last brush that I want to tell you, or the last 2 brushes I want to tell you about, is this one. This is a liner shader brush. It's great to have if you don't have anything that's precise to apply eyeliner. Hey, brushes. Hey, good. Yes, and Ruth just started her own makeup business. Congratulations, friend. I'm so proud of you. Good, Debbie. I know that you do. And so this brush is more used for not so much blending. I use this brush to apply shimmers and just to do a little bit of blending, but not like this. You know what I'm saying? And then this brush does the same thing. I always recommend this brush if you don't have this kind of angled brush right here. Okay. All right. So let's get going. All right. So I've already applied my Moodstruck eye primer. I've already done this about 5 minutes ago, right before I started doing my hair. Let me know in the comments. Do you do your hair first or your makeup first? Usually I do my hair first. Today I did not, because I'm not going to do a whole face of makeup, so I can do it afterwards. So I've got that on there. Now I'm going to use our eyeshadow stick in the color Inquisitive. This is one of the new colors that came out. These are new to Younique. These 3 colors are. They came out last February, I believe, or was it December? December. They came back I think in February. They were available again, and now they have 3 new colors, and they are coming to the core. They are on the core line. So this is, let me show you smoky eye. That's what we're doing today. And I forgot to take this out. If you need this, you can also use a napkin. We're going to use a piece of medical tape. If you're going to use Scotch tape, make sure you kind of do this with it so it's not so sticky on your hand. Now, for me, because I have hooded eyes and I have a ton of texture under here, I'm going to place this at the corner, but I'm going to leave a little bit of space, and I'm going to connect it to the end of my eyebrow. The reason that I'm doing that is I want everything to lift upward, okay? And Debbie brushes. Good morning, Katie. Oh, thank you, Ruth. You're so sweet. I hope. Hey, good morning, Rosa. How are you doing, my friend? She had a rough weekend. Katie, I didn't know you were doing a smoky eye today. We really should converse during the week. So the reason that I do that, as I said, oof, see how much texture is there? I want to connect these two, but not make it so harsh. And so by leaving that tiny little bit of space, you may not be able to see it. That's going to help with that. All right, so let's get going. When you have hooded eyes, I recommend taking your eyeshadow. Now, this is what this is really good for, this brush here, and drawing a line. Okay, so I'm going about 3/4 of the way in and just drawing a line to the end of my eyebrow. That is where you want your crease to pretend to be. Because if you have hooded eyes like I do, you can see my crease is under here. You can't see it. It's under all the skin. So you can do that with this. You can take some on a brush if you have a powder or a liquid and just draw it. What this is great for is you don't need this brush. And just draw it. That's going to be my transition color, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to blend it where I need it to be, okay? And all we're doing is blending it into the crease out to this piece of tape here, all right? One of the most common eye makeup mistakes I have is someone just has a brush like this or this, and they use it to apply all of their eyeshadow, which is fine. But when you say, well, it doesn't look like that, that's when I'll say, what kind of brushes are you using? Because what I just did was very detailed work. Like this brush wouldn't work for that. Blending it works for that, but placing it would not work for that, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do this eye. We'll do it without the tape on this side because I already know, like, I've done this so many times. I just know where it goes. And once you get practicing, you're just going to know, right? It's just going to be kind of an instinct because you do it so many times. That's what's great about this business. Like I looked into, and I still may do it, I'm getting a certificate as a makeup artist, but there are so many ways that you can become good at makeup. One of them is YouTube videos. One of them is watching people like me or Katie just do makeup and make mistakes, right? I've made a ton of mistakes, and that's how we learn and grow, right? All right, so we're going to put this one away because that's just our transition color. And now we're going to come in with this color. This is one of my favorite colors called Egotistical. Yes, YouTube is the best. There are so many people on YouTube, Katie being one of them, that you can watch. I think it's called Kate Hoke Beauty. Is that right, Katie? Put that in the comments, Katie. And so there's like Wayne Goss, there's Spencer, Makeup by Spencer, there's Robert Welsh, there are people my age, Fab and 50. There's just a ton of people that you can do that with. All right, so we're gonna smoke it out. We're gonna take this skinnier brush. Actually, you guys, I'm so proud of myself. I want to hear some congratulations in the comments. I washed all of my eye brushes. It took a long time. All of them got washed. Go ahead and say congratulations in the comments there. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot to get my banners. All right, so we are using the liquid eyeshadow, which again is a Stay Put eyeshadow. And I'm using a brush because I don't want a whole lot at first. I want to kind of start little and then build it up if I need to, right? All right, so we've got that, and we're going to pull this into the crease just a little bit though. Again, I have hooded eyes, and so I really have to be careful where I put this. We're going to take this fluffy crease brush, hold it way back here, and we're going to blend it in and on to that brow bone. And this is going to help smoke it out, you guys. This is going to help you appear that you do not have hooded eyes or as hooded. Now, can you see how nice that is? I want more. So now I'm going to come back in and pull some more off my hand, although I think it's already dry. One thing about the liquid eyeshadows and the eyeshadow sticks is you have to get in there and really work with them right away because they dry so quickly. So I wore these eyeshadow sticks yesterday. They did not budge, not at all. Okay, so there, that is what I like. We're gonna keep that right where it is. The more that you blend these liquid eyeshadows, the more diffused they become, which makes sense, right? All right, we're gonna put a little bit more on here and come and do this side or this eye, that eye. Again, I put it on my hand so I don't use so much, and I just blend it and take it to the brow bone. That's what I'm doing is I'm taking it right to the brow bone. I'm not stopping at the crease. I'm hitting that brow bone. Let's see what you guys are saying. Share but love when oh I am not a rock star, friend. All right, so we're going to take this and pull it in again. We're going to just blend, hold it way back here and blend it into that brow bone. One thing I recommend is to open your eye because the brush knows what to do. You don't have to worry about it. It knows its job. Okay, again, we're going to add just a little bit more. Pick this up off my hand. I might need a little bit more. That dried pretty quickly. Yeah, I think just a tad. It dried really fast. Guys, this is like not going to budge at all. This is going to be here at the end of the day, which I love about these because they're such long wearing. You don't have to worry about touch up. Now, if you're in a rainstorm and you're rubbing your eyes, that's totally different. So don't come back and say I was in a rainstorm and it moved. Oh, okay. All right. Let's come back to there. How was your weekend? So it was a very busy weekend for me. We had a dress rehearsal from 8 to noon on Saturday at my church for our kids choir production. And then yesterday I was there from 7:30 until 12:30. We performed yesterday. They did such an amazing job. I was so proud of them. I was so proud of them. They did so good. And then some friends asked us out to lunch. So we went to lunch at 1:30. I got home. I slept till 3:30. And then by that time, like, oh my gosh, I have to get laundry and I have to do all this stuff for my business. I have to do all this stuff. And it didn't get done. And that's okay because I needed the sleep. All right. Okay. So this one is called Deliberate. This is one that I think every single woman should have. It is a great tan-ish color. It is not white. It is an ivory color. Okay. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to put this right on the inner corner of our eye and blend it to about the middle. Now you can use your fingers. This is a great brush for that. We're just going to blend that right into where I want it, right into that crease. And then I'm going to come back in with this brush that has that little bit of egotistical on it and blend those two colors together. Easy peasy. Isn't that pretty? Now, I've debated whether to put a shimmer, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I'm going to. I don't think so. We're going to come back and do this this side. My goodness. And we're just going to blend. Blend it. Now, do you put your eye makeup on before or after your foundation and whatnot? What do you do? Put it in the comments. I typically, depending on the type of eyeshadow, I typically put the eyeshadow on after I put my foundation on. If I'm using a powder, that's not true. But if I'm not using a powder, then it is. I'm going to add just a tad more of this on the ends here. I'm really going to pull that up. Now, let's get that smoky eye done, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here. Actually, this right here. Patty, what did I do with it? Where is it? Did I put it back? Oh, it's right in front of me. All I saw was this part. We're going to take this, and we're going to take this right here, just a little bit, like wipe it on your hand, friends. And we're going to come right under here, right here. And then we're going to take this end. Remember, it's got that little bit of white on it or that tan ivory on it. And we're going to pull it upward. We'll smoke it out a little bit. Not too dramatic because I'm going to work. So Nobody cares at work. This gives you space to, that little space gives you room to smoke this out. Now you can come in and add a bottom eyeliner. I am not going to do that. When I do this on my bottom of my eye, too much closes my eye, and I just don't want to do that. Okay, Debbie says she puts her eyeshadow on after her foundation. That's usually what I do too, Debbie, for sure. All right, there we go. Now, do you guys want a little shimmer or not? I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to put a shimmer. I don't think. What do you guys think? Put shimmer in there if you want me to. And what we will do is we will use gleaming. This one right here. But I don't know. I think it looks great. All right, we're going to take this brush like I told you, and we're going to come up and just blend as much as possible. As I said, that is already dry, so it's not going to be much blending because it's already dry. With powders, this looks fantastic. We're going to take just a tad of this and put it under. And because we're using this on the inner corner, we don't need it here to lighten because it's already there. All right, what do you guys think? Shimmer or no? I don't think I'm going to. Let's go ahead and do our mascara and whatnot and be done. Now, if you really want the look of an eyeliner, you can do that, especially if you're over 40. You can do that with mascara, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. Put our eye primer on. That's going to pull the lashes out. It's got conditioner in it. There's something in my eye. I don't know what that is. Piece of hair or something. It wasn't an eyelash. This is going to pull your lashes out. It's going to condition them just like you condition your hair all day long. And there we go. Okay. And then we're going to come in with 4D mascara, and I'm going to show you how to tight line with mascara. So remember, here's a bonus mistake. Do not pump. That gets bacteria in there. Also, if you purchased your mascara in January or February, it is time to switch it out. The FDA recommends, no matter what kind of mascara it is, to switch it out because bacteria can start growing in your mascara, and then you're going to get some sort of bacteria in your eye. So I'm going to come as close to the lash line as possible, pull it up, and then you get a little bit on that underline, and it just makes you look like you have thicker lashes. Look at that. I get excited about this stuff. I don't know why I still get excited about it because I just think makeup, number one, is so fun. And number two, if you're over 40, 50, 60, like I am, I want to look as young as I feel. I don't feel 60, and I don't want to look like I'm 60. I don't want to try and look like I'm 30 because that's ridiculous. I'm not. But I do want to look as young as I feel, and I feel like I can achieve that with makeup, if that makes sense. Love it. All right, so let's pull this one off so you can see what it looks like. Not as smoky as I wanted, but that's okay. That's all right. I don't mind. I don't mind it. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. Get as close to the lash line as possible and pull up. It might feel a little weird at first because you're like, I'm poking in my eye, but you're not. You're not, trust me. Trust me, man. All right, we're just going to do this. And then after I do this, I'm going to come back. I'm going to pull this in one more time, and I'm going to curl the lash then. This 4D mascara, bestseller, award-winning, that kind of thing. Now I'm going to take it and curl it, okay? So mistake number one was not using an eye primer or something on top of your eye to really make those colors pop. And mistake number two is not using the right kind of brush. And we'll go over those brushes in just a minute. Let me go ahead and... One thing I didn't get done yesterday is put all my prompts in that I wanted. Look at that, you guys. So pretty. I just love mascara. Love it. Okay, so mistake number one was not using an eye primer, and the Mood Struck eye primer is fantastic. There's a glitter one that I NYX that I get from Amazon. My granddaughter has a little bit of my eyeshadows right now. She's bringing them tonight. Otherwise, I'd be using powder and letting you pick the colors, but I don't have them all right now, so that's why we haven't done that yet. But this is great. And then not using the right type of brushes. So a blending brush. Let me write this in here. So a blending brush is this big fluffy one, okay? And this is great for really just like it says, blending out what you've already done, okay? And then the fluffy crease brush. My dog wants in again. All he wants is to see what I'm doing. That's really all he wants. The fluffy crease brush is a little bit stiffer than this one, but it's great for the corner work, like the outer corner work, and really the outer corner work. Oh my goodness. And really kind of blending that in, okay? And then the crease brush. Whoops. Great banner. And then the crease brush. Do you hear him? The crease brush is this one, and this is for real detailed work. Like you could come along the bottom here, that kind of thing. This is really like to get that really like precisely in where you want it to be. So this one right here, the fluffy crease brush, is as if these two had a baby. That's what you got, okay? And then either or, I recommend the deluxe brush, which is great for patting on shimmer, or the dual brush. Oh, what's that noise? My husband put his bark collar on. The deluxe brush is the one I was trying to say. This one right here. And then the liner shader brush. Thanks for being patient, you guys. Okay, the liner shader brush is this one. I love this one because it has the dual end, so it's like getting two brushes in one, okay? All right, and then that is it. Mistake number 1 and 2. So I hope this was helpful. Let's go ahead and do our daily affirmation. Good morning, Laura, my friend. Did you grab any of the pencil eyeshadows? Oh, so cool. My dog is going nuts right now. I'm coming. I don't know what he wants. I have to do my hair. All right. I let go of all expectations and hold on to appreciation. Yes. Here's the thing. As a married woman, and if you're married, you probably know this, or have a significant other, you probably know this. My expectations of my husband are up here. Okay. Reality is really right here. And so I need to be thankful for this, right? I need to be thankful and appreciative for the things that he does for me and he does for our family and our household. And never let the things you want make you forget the things you have. That is a good one. We're gonna take a picture of this one and post it. This is a good one. So, all right, let's do our daily affirmations, our I am statements, okay? I am beautiful. I am kind. I am loved. I am smart. I am strong. I am brave. I am a good leader. And I am wanted. Now go be those things because you already are. I will talk to y'all.